So, sleeping bags are some of the most important things in Rust. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to craft and how to use sleeping bags in Rust. Hopefully, if you're a noob or a beginner at Rust, this is going to help you be that much better at Rust. So, let's get right into it. So, say you die. For all intents and purposes, I'm dead. You've now died in Rust. Someone killed you. You're completely shot. You know you're dead. You're donezo. How are you going to respawn? Are you going to respawn on the beach and walk all the way back? All the way across all this land here? No. You're going to set down a sleeping bag on the ground and you're going to choose that sleeping bag. In this case, my sleeping bag was in my base. You'll probably have a sleeping bag in your base, and you can also lay sleeping bags all across the map to give you advantageous spawn points for you when you die or if you need to get somewhere really fast. So that's the purpose of a sleeping bag. But how exactly do you make one? This right in front of me is hemp fibers. Now, hemp fibers makes cloth. You need 30 cloth to make one sleeping bag. One of the easiest ways to safely make a sleeping bag when you first spawn into a server is to run around and find hemp fibers. Now, you can, of course, also quickly and easily get this if you fight animals. If you kill animals and you harvest animals, that's another easy way to get that 30 cloth you so desperately need. But for the sake of this, we're gonna, 420 blaze it and get some hemp fibers. So as you can tell, that gives us 10. So we need to look for 2 more, and then we'll be able to make our sleeping bag. Luckily, I actually didn't even plan this, but there's 2 more right here. So now we have 2 more things of hemp fibers, which gives us our 30 cloth. And as you can tell in our quick craft, we already have an extra sleeping bag. So now you can simply click on that sleeping bag. It's going to craft that sleeping bag, and then that's going to go right into your inventory. So I'm just going to run around, wait for my 20 seconds, and we'll have that extra sleeping bag. So we've completed the sleeping bag, and it's in our possession. Now, one cool feature about sleeping bags is if your sleeping bag is near another sleeping bag, it will actually turn orange. It will let you place it, but orange means it's near another sleeping bag. So you know, hey, look, I've got a sleeping bag there. It's orange. Now, if you want to put it further away, that's not near your sleeping bag. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to walk down out here. As you can tell, there's some more bases. We're gonna run past those bases, and we'll put one right here. Now you can tell the sleeping bag has turned blue. We're in the middle of this field. Our base was back that way, but our sleeping bag is now blue because there's no sleeping bags around it. We can then drop the sleeping bag on the ground. You can even hold E to rename the sleeping bag, and there you could put outside base, or you could put, whatever you want. I'm just going to put field because we're in the middle of a field. Changing the name names the sleeping bag so that when you go to choose it on the map, you will know exactly which sleeping bag you're spawning at. Now, if you wanted to, I'm not going to click this because it's going to show everyone in the server and their Steam IDs, but you could actually click Give to Friend. It'll pull up everyone who's in the server, and you can assign the sleeping bag to a friend. So your friend, can off themselves and appear at the sleeping bag, which is kind of handy if your friends need to get to the base and don't want to run all the way there. So, speaking of, what we're simply going to do now is we're going to open up the console. So I'm going to hit F1. I'm going to type kill. And this is just to show you what happens when you die and you want to choose a separate sleeping bag. So boom, we've just been killed by another player. This player has been ourselves in this situation, but don't worry about that. But we actually have our sleeping bag named Field out there. Now it is on cooldown. we did just drop this thing down, so we would have to wait, and we would be able to click on that and spawn at it if the cooldown wasn't up. But as you can see, now we have different spots, different locations we can choose from. So if I wanted to choose the field one and spawn there, I can choose the field one and spawn there. Now we're just going to click on our home one, and boom, we've spawned back at home. So that's sleeping bags for you guys. Now, of course, like I said, you can kill animals, get cloth that way. Sleeping bags are a good way to defend your base if you're being door camped. They're a good way to get across the map, or if you want to go raid, or if you have multiple bases. Sleeping bags come in handy in so many different ways. And this is just the start of your Rust journey. I hope I've helped you, and go out there, stay safe. Don't get too paranoid. I know Rust can be a little hectic. Just have fun. Make a sleeping bag and spawn all over the map. Seriously, drop a ton of these things. You're going to need them. This has been Cowbun Fun. If you like these Rust tutorials, if you want more beginner tutorials or even advanced tutorials, make sure to click that subscribe button. Click like if you like this video. Click dislike if you absolutely hated it. That's okay too. And leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you want to request a specific tutorial for Rust. I know this game can be kind of brutal if you're a beginner, so hopefully these tutorials are going to help ease the process for you as you get into a world where everyone just wants your loot. I'll see you later.